Hello guys, what is up Electronic Nation? It's Electronic Leader and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to play Greedo for the people who do not know how to play Greedo, because Greedo is a pretty good villain in general, and he's actually very unpopular among the villains, but Greedo can be just as powerful as Bosk, with his gun being a 1 to 2 shot if you hit the upper body areas. And Greedo is very useful, especially once you get up to max trait. You can one-shot a lot of people, and his thermal imploder just works really good in general. His gun's got really good accuracy, and I just don't know why people don't use Greedo in general. So, I mean, if you guys haven't used Greedo before, I recommend jumping on the Star Wars Battlefront and using Greedo if you haven't already. And anyways, let's get into what Greedo can do. Anyways, Greedo's first ability is a grenade, basically. His first grenade is the thermal detonator, which, if you don't know what it does, it's a grenade that kills within a little area. His second is a impact grenade, which kills on impact of the enemy. When he sees, when he sees an enemy, basically it'll hit the enemy and kill them on impact, which is not too bad in general, and can be very useful for killing a lot of enemies with grenades if you got very good accuracy. I mean, also taking a chance when you throw your grenade, it'll give you like a special little medal if you actually hit it with the thermal detonator. Now, I think it's like called Confidence Blast or something. Now, the last grenade he gets is a thermal imploder. Now, this thermal imploder has a special little mechanic where it's like white when it explodes, and it's very, it has a very good radius. Thermal imploder is basically a giant grenade with a giant radius, and it'll kill a lot of enemies within that radius, so it's definitely a useful grenade in general. His gun is almost any range. I mean, it can kill anybody at almost any range. It is a little bit broken. Now, next, we're going to move on to his next ability, which is a scan pulse, which he scans the enemies and he can see them on the radar. This scan pulse basically just pops up enemies on the radar like any other scan pulse would. I mean, it's not too bad. Scan pulse will work effectively in little doorways and stuff of that sort if you're really wondering where the enemies are, or you're playing heroes versus villains. Then that just depends on you. It'll totally work for heroes versus villains because you can scan the villains and actually find them, or find them, not find them. Now, anyways, next let's move on to Precision Shot. Precision Shot is basically a special shot similar to how Lucky Shot is, but it locks on and it has a longer amount of time. So basically, if an enemy is close to, you can lock onto them with Precision Shot, and you can special blast them using this Precision Shot thing. Now, Precision Shot can lock on up to 5 enemies, and it normally does around 20 to 30 damage. But keep in mind, it takes 5 seconds delay to actually fire Precision Shot. Now, Precision Shot is very beast. Now, if you want to get into his trait might be called Confidence Blast. I'm not sure. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, his trait is a trait system basically where he upgrades his grenades, like I was talking about before, the detonator, the impact grenade, then the thermal imploder, which the thermal imploder is one of the best grenades in the game, so getting up to that would be very important. But his regular grenades seem to have a little bit of a lock-on buff. I also forgot to mention his first grenade, which is the Dioxis. Now, this grenade is very bad, but it can kill enemies if they walk through it. It's basically like gas that'll kill anybody in the area of the gas that it's in, and it'll basically just kill the enemy, which is also known as Dioxis. Now, anyways, let's move on to how you should use Greedo in certain game modes, because Greedo is definitely useful in other game modes, especially heroes versus villains. Now, Greedo is kind of broken when he fights Luke. He can actually shoot through Luke's block sometimes, and he deals a lot of damage, so you keep on backing up when you're fighting Luke. But all the others, I recommend staying a little bit mid-range, medium range, not majorly far away. I mean, you can actually rush heroes pretty good with Greedo if you got really good accuracy and you know how to use them right. But, I mean, you can kill Han, you can kill Leia, you can kill them all, basically. He's kind of broken to some extent. When the game first came out, I think they had to nerf him because he was actually overpowered, but now he's kind of balanced out. His gun used to one-shot people without his trait going up, so it was kind of pretty ridiculous. It was basically Power Blast for Greedo with no cooldown time. I used to use Greedo a lot back when he first came out, but now everybody kind of forgot about him. He's still a very good villain if you know how to use him right. Now, Greedo also can be used in Hero Hunt pretty good. I recommend staying back and running away from enemies and then shooting them in hallways and throwing grenades at them. and then keep on running, because you basically got to stay away from them. I also recommend using your scan pulse so you know where all the enemies are on the map. That'll definitely tell you if they're like hiding or something of that sort. I recommend using Greedo in more indoors type maps, because Greedo will die outside really fast, and he's got a very low amount of health, which I also forgot to mention. Now, Greedo will get melted maybe 5 to 10 seconds if you don't actually stay indoors, because, I mean, so does all the other villains like Darth Vader, and you gotta remember they have a lot of health in Hero Hunt, so you gotta really watch out for what you're using in Hero Hunt and how you're playing it. But anyways, this is my guide on how to play Greedo for you people who don't know how to play Greedo. He's definitely a good hero on the battlefront, and definitely can be very useful in Outer Rim, which is the DLC he came out in. Now, do I recommend using Greedo or no? Yes, I do. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to comment, like, or subscribe. And Electronic Leader is signing out.